Hello guys, it's Shama here doing another Bottleman video, this time on kind of my favorite Bottleman gimmicks. A lot of Bottleman videos recently have been a lot more critical because I feel like they have messed up quite a few releases recently, but I want to go and just take a look at gimmicks that I actually do like. Um, I'm not basing these gimmicks on how necessarily good they are, and I'm also not basing them on the actual quality of the gimmicks, but just things that I think are kind of cool. Why am I making this video? I don't know. I just kind of felt like it. Thought it'd be kind of a fun topic just to talk about some cool gimmicks, and if there's anything that I think could maybe be improved upon with the gimmick, I will talk about that as well. Anything that I thought could be better, but I do still just want to take a look at some gimmicks I can appreciate within Bottleman, and yeah, let's just take a look at some. So first up, this is a classic right here, Wonder Grape. So obviously, Wonder Grape's whole gimmick is that it shoots vertically. Yes, other Bottlemen have done this, like Raid Brave DX, Decavi Tiger G, and whatnot. But Wonder Grape was, of course, the first to do this. I feel like it was just such a good idea. I mean, yeah, you switch to caps from marbles, from beat 'em on, of course, and caps aren't the same. They have directions, so having a vertical one is pretty obvious, but at the same time, it just works, and it kind of can make things more dynamic. Again, you can kind of have some Bottlemen that are, vertical, kind of more specialty ones, I guess, but just something to do every once in a while. So yeah, I think that this is really cool, and I will say I don't think they've really expanded upon this gimmick enough. I feel like there's some other stuff they could do with this. I do like that with Decavi Tiger G, they have, branched into not just being a power type, but it'd be kind of cool to make it like a Bottleman that can switch between horizontal and vertical. That'd be kind of cool. Whether there maybe be like have some like feet parts that do that to sway the Bottleman or something, or maybe have a core that has like almost like a plus sign that can turn. Something like that would be really cool. And yeah, regardless, though, it's just a pretty obvious but straightforward and nice gimmick. I like it a lot. Now we get to the only other prototype system Bottleman to actually get onto this list. And yeah, there are a lot of Bottlemen I left off of this kind of favorite list, but I just want to get kind of the ones I think are like the best of the best, and I really like a lot. So yeah, but this one is of course Sparking Knight. So Sparking Knight has kind of a weird gimmick to it. Well, there's two gimmicks. First up is the ring sight. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. It's nice to have like a proper sight though, I guess. But the main thing is the rail trigger system. I really like this idea of having something kind of on the trigger, on attaching to the feet, that kind of makes it to where the trigger just stays straight. It'd be kind of cool to see something like this again. Maybe a Sparking Knight G would be cool. But yeah, I don't know. This is, again, it's a pretty basic gimmick. There isn't a whole lot to it. And yeah, obviously it's not going to work 100% of the time. It's not going to, fix every shot. But I don't know, there's just something about this that I think works well. Having kind of this extra groove to help, stabilize your shot. It's just, again, it's just a nice gimmick. There's nothing else really to it other than the fact that I just think it's kind of neat. Moving into Bottleman DX. Our first one here is, of course, going to be CC Land DX. I have to zoom out for this guy. But yeah, CC Land DX, of course, has this quick loader magazine. These are something. So basically, the whole idea is you have this adapter, has a 2-cap capacity. You take one of these off. You can, put it on like this. Am I going? Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. I am very smart. I usually take these this side off first. I can't speak either. Okay, this is just a mess apparently. But anyway, yeah. Basically, you can do this. Put it on. It locks on. Drops your caps in. Obviously, this is full, so it's not going to drop caps in. But still, yeah. The whole idea though, it's just that it kind of gives you extra cap capacity. And while, yes, it is a little bit, in some ways, impractical, because obviously you can argue something like, oh, what about the, Rising Milk magazine from the prototype line? That gives you an 8-cap capacity with just nothing else. This is a 10-cap capacity with some extra effort, because you have to, swap these in and out. And well, yeah, I think, having like a lot more capacity is nice. With DX, you can add things on top, so you could stack magazines, and you can put this at the end of your magazine stack. So this still has a place in terms of like its usage and stuff. So there is that, but also I think it's just cool. I think that having magazines that aren't just the typical, okay, put a bunch of caps in and shoot. I think having more to it is kind of cool. I know you could do other things like, the tornado magazines and stuff where you kind of like spin them and stuff and things fall in. Doesn't really work as well with caps, so I get that they are a bit more limited in what they could do, but I think this was a really cool idea. Have kind of like these, pieces, and, again, you just take them off, put onto the main part, and there you go, you have some more caps. I think it's just a really cool gimmick, and, yeah, hopefully we see more types of magazines. I don't know exactly what they can come up with. Maybe they can have some sort of, like, I don't know, a square magazine with, like, slanted parts that the caps fall in. It's not exactly a tornado magazine, but just some kind of magazines where they kind of fall in place without being just long. Something like that could be kind of cool. Just a weird kind of magazine, but something that's, again, a bit more dynamic, and I think this, so far, is kind of the best example of that. Next up, a classic here, Arrow Sighter DX, one of my favorite Bottleman. Yeah, this thing has 3 modes, of course. You have, well, first up, you have kind of this horn, which you could use as a sight. That's just nice. Then there's this part, which you can use as a grip to, aim. And, well, yeah, the mode change is a bit lengthy, so it's something you're probably not going to achieve in the middle of battle. The fact that you could just change the modes, between rounds or whatever, obviously I'm switching out to barrel mode. Yeah, barrel mode, not the most effective, especially with like a barrel port on the core here. But hey, maybe you're using these arms on something that isn't a control core, and in that case, maybe this is something you want to use, potentially. But yeah, so now you have barrel mode again. Can kind of, I mean, it's not that great, but still, it can also help you just kind of get a further grip and also helps you to aim, so there is still some merit to this. And then, of course, we have the last mode here, which is a stabilizer mode. And stabilizer mode is just really, really cool. Because, yeah, it effectively adds on to the back and uses the legs as connection points, which is also just kind of really cool. And yeah, you just put all this stuff in place. There we go. I probably could have just cut the video for this, but I guess I'm just giving you a real-time look. And why you probably should not be doing this between, well, like during a round, I guess. You could do it between rounds, but yeah. And yeah, there we go. So now you have this really big back part. You can kind of press down on this if you want as well to just give you like a further stability, really. I mean, that's all there really is to it. I'm on a soft surface as well, but like on a hard surface you could press down. Again, it makes you more stable, just gives a larger surface area on the back here, which is just really cool. Plus, you can also, get multiple of these and have more points being used. You could use all 3 modes at the same time if you really want to, which is just really cool. And I won't change it back to the grip mode. I'll just leave it like that. We could save a little bit of time, I guess. But yeah, I don't know why I put them over there. I'm not done talking about them. But yeah, this is just really cool because it kind of gives almost like not every control gimmick, but like obviously just a good look at any kind of basic control gimmick and does it all at once. Again, you have a sight, you have, a grip, a barrel, stabilizers. It's really everything you could want. And well, yeah, again, the mode changes are lengthy. It's still worth just picking a mode and sticking to it. That's fine. Or again, you get multiple of these things and just use all the modes at once. Or maybe just grip into stabilized mode and get a proper barrel if you really want to. That could also work. But, still having the options for all these things is just really, really cool, and why I like Arrow Sighter DX so much. Moving on to Kolomaru Energy DX. This thing, okay. This gimmick itself of adding tension is pretty cool. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but I like it. But I think just having a giant grip, just having this whole grip, kind of a sight. I feel like you get almost like a control and power setup. I've mentioned this like 5 times now. So I guess it's not really focused on a specific gimmick on this thing. I just think the whole Bottleman works well together because you get a lot of control gimmicks, again with a massive grip, and even these parts on the bottom where you can kind of push down for more stability if you want to. And again, you can also add on like the regular Kolomaru DX parts to add, a longer grip, or even the rubber parts on the feet to give more stability if you want. So there's a lot you can do with this thing. And while you have all these kind of control-like gimmicks, you also have a lot of power, and you can also increase tension if you want to. It just feels like this whole Bottleman works very well with power and control, and does both pretty well. And I know this technically isn't just a singular gimmick or anything, but I just think everything here works just so well. I had to talk about it. It's just a really, really cool Bottleman. Getting into our last DX Bottleman, we have Dragogena DX. Gotta zoom out for this guy again. Okay. Dragogena DX is just cool. This thing, okay. So the reasons why I did not include any other multi-cap shooting Bottleman is because this thing, shooting 2 caps at once, like, Kerpeps DX or Blend Dragon, that's cool. That's a sensible thing that you can come up with. Or maybe, having a fusion where you line up some cores, like with Royal Griffin DX, with, having 3 shots. But Dragogena DX just decides, let's make a giant core that fits 4 caps into the core. And you could use this weird giant trigger to shoot all of them at the same time. And you also have these wings up here that hold, they hold 4 extra caps, which means that you can have 4 shots and then instantly have a reload for another, like, quad shot. I guess we're calling it a quad shot now. Okay, sure. Why not? But, having the ability to shoot 4 caps at the same time, that's just cool. Like, I don't think it takes rocket science to come up with the idea of, what if we shot more than one thing at once? We've seen this in Beat 'em Up, we've seen this, now in Bottleman, but shooting 4 caps at the same time, that's actually, like, again, it's not, like, something that no one could ever come up with, but just the idea of shooting that many caps at once is something that you wouldn't expect them to actually do, potentially, and, the fact that they did this and just, again, went with this giant Bottleman to accommodate this, 4-shot ability is really, really cool. And, I mean, come on. It's just cool. Shooting 4 caps at once, it's just cool. And that's really all there is to say about this thing. And that's also why I like this thing so much. Will we get a Bottleman that shoots more than 4 caps at a time? I kind of hope not. That'd be a little bit excessive, but at the same time, if they want to do it, you know what? I also would not be mad. So this thing, again, is just really, really nice. Now I actually have a couple of Godcat Bottleman. So the first one being Draggart G. So zoom back in for this one, but Draggart G has this funny gimmick of the big cap launcher. So yeah, you have a big cap launcher here for the big cap, and yeah, you can kind of just take this apart. It's just a normal cap. Well, I guess this one has a weight in it, but still, you take any cap that fits in this ring, and yeah, you kind of just put that there. Now you have a big cap. And this is beyond stupid. Having a giant cap to shoot via a special launcher, kind of dumb, but at the same time, it's just like so stupid that I can't help but to just like it. So yeah, you load up a giant cap into these weird, like, prong things that come out of the front of the core. Now, 2 things. I kind of wish that they maybe could just make a, almost like a Dragogena type of core, where the core just accommodates the giant caps. I get why they don't, but you know what I mean. Like, just have something stupid like that. That'd be kind of funny. And also maybe just have the caps not being, like, this, where instead of having a ring to do it, it's just a literal giant cap. But, again, I get why they wouldn't do that, but, more importantly, this launcher here, I really wish they would have made this better, because when you shoot, this part comes out, doesn't retract on its own. It just feels very cheap, and, I wish they would maybe put a little bit more into designing this, to make it better to use, because after you shoot, sometimes you have to, like, kind of do this to make it go back in, or I guess you just, like, push in from the front. That's I don't like doing that. I feel like it takes too much time, so again, I usually just do like that, so. But still, it kind of sucks to even have to do that. I wish they would have maybe invested in a couple of springs so it could, you know, spring back in place. That'd have been nice. And also a front loader kind of sucks. I wish, again, maybe they could have not done these prom-like things. Maybe had like a different way to load this. But at the same time, you know what? You get to shoot a big cap. And regardless of how bad I think the launcher is, it'll never not be funny to shoot a giant cap. So, therefore, I like this gimmick. Just wish they maybe give us a second try to, you know, make it better. And the last Bottleman I want to talk about is, of course, Kokoribochi. I mean, come on. Regardless of the quality control issues with the core, or any other God Cap issues, this thing's just cool. First up, you also have this extra set of arms here that you could attach. These are, you know, power type arms. They have kind of the gimmick where, you know, they add tension onto the core. Can give stronger shots. So that's pretty cool. And also, yeah, the core of this thing has power type hold parts, but it also has a barrel port and a magazine port. It is kind of just a perfect core. That's really cool. And yeah, you can see it has its own magazine, own barrel. Almost got those backwards. And yeah, that's just, again, that's just cool because we don't really get to see anything like this in Bottleman normally. So yeah. Plus, again, they're unique parts for this Bottleman. So yeah, it gets its own barrel and magazine. That's pretty crazy. And then its normal arms are pretty neat. I mean, they have kind of a decent grip to them. That's nice. But also, you can kind of change how you want to use these parts as well. You know, they can detach and whatnot. So yeah, and then of course you could mess with this thing. I guess take it off of here. I haven't even gotten to this yet. We'll get to this. We'll get to this. But, you know, you can do this. And I guess I'll just leave this dragon head on. But yeah, you can push this onto the side. And then, of course, put this part here. Like that. And now the wings kind of supporting a vertical shooting, like small, not small, like mini cap launcher. Because why not? And yeah, it just changed the whole Bottleman up, and that's really, really cool. So yeah, I really like how you can do that. And again, let's put this guy back into its normal mode. I didn't like fully transform the modes, but you know, just give you kind of an idea of what it does. But yeah, let's put this back on the wings. Like, not take off the dragon head. I did not intend for that, but yeah. Again, you put this thing back up here, and now it's like this. And yeah, what this does is, again, there's a second trigger, and it just shoots these mini caps. Again, in this mode too, when it's on the wing up here, it gets 3 shots. Like, that's really cool. It has its own like built-in magazine. I cannot talk today, man. I normally can't talk, but today is really bad. Anyway, but yeah, put this back on. But yeah, this thing, it's just really, really cool. Like a mini cap launcher, like I kind of didn't think that they'd do mini caps. Like big caps make sense. Mini caps, why would you do that? But having an attachment for this thing, like, yeah, and the fact that you can do different modes and stuff, it's just really cool. Again, it's just a really, really cool gimmick. To have something like this, especially on such a crazy Bottleman that has so much going on. Like, yeah, there's just a lot to talk about this thing, and yeah, I mean, perfect core, you know, its own magazine, its own barrel, extra, you know, arm parts for, you know, power, or its normal ones with like this kind of grip here that you can have 2 different modes with the and the mini cap launcher here that has its own different modes depending on which mode you have the arms in. Like, there's just so much to go over. Like, it's wild. But yeah, I'll probably just end that there. There you go. That is kind of just some of my favorite gimmicks in Bottleman. And I guess with this thing, just to mention, I don't really have anything else to like say that they should or shouldn't do. I think this thing just works. You know, there's some things in this video where I can, you know, maybe give some critiques to others. I just think they work. You know. But yeah, this video was kind of just really stupid, but I just want to talk about my favorite Bottleman gimmicks because I feel like, again, recently there's just been a lot of room to be critical of how they've been doing Godcap. But this video, well, yeah, I did kind of be critical on some things, but, that's fine, there's still room for that, but, yeah, I just want to talk about some cool things that Bottleman's done, and just talk about why I still like Bottleman. I don't hate it because of Godcap, but, yeah, maybe some of these ideas that I mentioned, just like, again, I think the main one is just kind of a Bottleman that transitions between horizontal and vertical shooting. That'd be really cool. I guess this thing technically does that. I mean, it can kind of do that depending on where it's, oriented, but I mean, like an actual proper core doing that. But yeah, something like that'd be really cool. Again, mention some other stuff here, but yeah. These are just my favorite gimmicks. I just want to talk about them just because, you know what? Why not? We're kind of on a little bit of a break from Bottleman right now. We're not getting any new releases till October. So yeah, that'll be where we really get a lot of new Godcap stuff, and I'll be talking about all that when it comes out. But for now, here's just a fun video. Well, debatably fun. I feel like this video is just a mess, but whatever. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, there you go. That's just my favorite gimmicks. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.